What is up, guys? This is your boy Hinsha Gaming here, and today I'm excited to bring you a new series that I'm going to be doing. It's a 4-part series and it's going to be everything you need to know about crafting. All the stations there is. I'm going to cover the woodworking, the clothing, the blacksmithing, the alchemy, enchanting, and the cooking, guys. I'm going to cover them all, but in this first episode we're going to look at the blacksmithing, clothing, and woodworking. So, let's get into it, guys. The first thing we're going to look at is the actual skills themselves. So, just like everything else in Elder Scrolls, there is a max level of 50. You all should know that anyway, guys. So, we're going to go down to the passive abilities. The metalworking. There is 10 skill points needed to max this out, and basically the metalworking is what allows you to craft things of higher levels. 10 out of 10 will let you craft the 160 CP gear. And so that's all there is to note about that. The keen eye or in the world will be easier to see when you are 40 meters or closer. Now it's 40 meters because I've got 3 points into that. 1 point will give you 20 meters, 2 points will give you 30 meters, and 3 points will give you 40 meters. Now what this does is it provides a little glow over the ores as you're traveling through the world, so you can see them from a distance, and it'll make them easier to spot so you can go across and loot them faster, guys. It's as simple as that. And then down to the miner hireling. Now once every day you'll get a mail from your miner hireling, and he will have sent you goods like rubidite ore and maybe the purple tempering upgrades and stuff like that. And you'll get this once a day for free, so it's recommended just chuck some points in there to get the free mats, guys. And then down to metal extraction. This maximizes the chance of extracting blacksmithing ingredients and allows the refining of the most powerful tempers from raw materials. So this, guys, you really do need 3 out of 3, because what this comes in handy with is when you are refining your raw materials, you will have an increased chance at getting that tempering alloy or the druze wax or the rosin, depending on whatever it is you're refining, guys. So it is really recommended you max that out, and I do not recommend you try and refine anything until you have got the points in there, as you are just fighting a losing battle with RNG, guys. And then down to metallurgy, okay. Reduces the research times by 25% and limits the research time to 30 days and allows the research of 3 items at once. Now this, guys, you will all by default get 1 item to research at a time on any of the crafting stations. This allows you with full points to research 3 at a time, which is really recommended, guys, simply because I also recommend when you make your crafting character you start researching straight away, because the time it takes once you get up to the 7th, 8th and 9th trait is absolutely fucking absurd, guys. It takes 20 days plus to get the last traits in there, which nobody wants to be waiting that long. So I really recommend you start researching as soon as possible so you can get those levels done as faster. And then last but not least, tempering expertise. More than doubles the chances to improve items with tempers. Now basically what this does is when you're upgrading, say, a sword from purple to legendary, that will take tempering alloys. Now without the points in there, it takes either 12 or 14 tempering alloys to upgrade it, but with the 3 points in there it only takes 8. So we all know how much tempering alloy costs, guys, and we all know it's expensive. So for the fact that you can reduce by 4 tempering alloys, you're saving so much money. It's self-explanatory, so I wouldn't recommend upgrading anything until you have the points in there, guys. And so they're the skills, and these are the exact same across the clothing and the woodworking. So now we've covered the skills, guys, let's get on a station and show you what to do on here. So the first tab is your refinery tab, guys, and this tab right here is where you're going to refine all your raw materials. What you do is you refine 10 of an item and you'll get this item back. Now this is where you'll have the chance to get the druze wax, the tempering alloys and the rosins, guys, and this is where I said I do not recommend refining anything until you get the points into what you need to increase your chances. So that's it for refinery, guys. Let's move across onto creation. So with creation you get 4 tabs. You get the type, where you select the type of thing you want to create. You get the material, where you get to select the material you want to use so that you can make higher level, and then the style will change the looks of the axe if you look right there now, and then the trait is what trait you want on the weapon. Now if you want to craft armor, then at the top here you can select apparel, and this will be all the armor / clothing things that you create. So anyway, so I can make a level 16 sword here, but I want it an increased level. So how do I increase that? Well, what you do, guys, is underneath the material you have selected to use, there is a plus and a minus symbol right there. The more of that material you use, the higher the level the item you craft you will get. So as you can see right there, look, the level goes down and the level goes up. So I'm going to create a level 24 steel sword. Now what style do I want? I like Daedric sword, so I'm going to make a Daedric sword, which is right here. Another thing to note, guys, when you are wanting to craft items in certain styles, you will need to have had the motifs and you will need to have read the books. So in order to get the motifs for you to unlock certain styles, there are a few ways you can obtain them. You can obtain them in the world, in certain zones and certain places. I've got a couple of videos on my channel showing you where you can get the best motifs from. Be sure to check those out. Another way is to buy them from the guild stores from other players. And the third way is to, of course, buy them from the Crown store. So let's move on, guys, which is right here. And then so down to the trait. Now what trait do I want on the sword? I want a sharpened sword, as that is the best fucking trait to have on a weapon in my opinion. So I'm going to go across and I'm going to choose the sharpened thing. Now you can only craft the sharpened trait or any of the other traits once you have researched them for that specific item, guys. I'll get into that when I get across to the research tab. So just for now I'm going to craft this. So I'll just press R. And there I have, I've crafted that item. So that's it for that tab, guys. I'm going to move across to deconstruction. So on the deconstruction tab right here, guys, this is where you deconstruct any unwanted armor or weapon items. The same tab applies at the top here, apparel or weapon. So I want to note quickly as well, if you are looting up on a different character and you want this character to deconstruct the things for you, then all you need to do is you need to put them in the bank, guys. You do not need to take them out of your bank on the crafting character, as everything you can see in this list here right now is also including the items in my bank, so I can in fact deconstruct items from my bank without having to take them out. So just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to deconstruct the steel sword I just made. So what you do is you double click it, select it into the deconstruct tab, and then you just press R and it will deconstruct. As you can see, I got a fire opal back, which was the stone I used to make the sharpened trait. I got the style material back as well, the Daedra heart, and I got a selection of the raw materials that I put into it. So when you deconstruct an item, guys, you will not get all your materials back, but you will get a proportion of them back. And so let's move across, guys, to the improvement tab. Now for the improvement tab, it's the exact same with the apparel and the weapon. So just say for demonstration purposes, I want to make the Drew Kingslayer purple. So what I do is I simply select it by double clicking on it, and as you see, it goes into the improve section here, and then across here you'll see the chance is 25% if I use one of these grain solvents. Now I don't want to use one, I want to make this 100% chance, guys, so what I'll do is I'll keep clicking across until it's 100%. Now as you can see, I only need 4 of these grain solvents here, but if you didn't have the points into the expertise I told you about, then you will have to use like 8 plus, significantly more, guys. So this is where it really comes important. It's making sure you've got the passives in that skill line, guys. So once I've got it to 100%, I simply press R and then E, and it will improve that item to purple for me. Now, I really do not recommend upgrading anything unless it has 100% chance on it, guys. Even at 90%, I would not recommend it. I've seen plenty of people lose items on a 10% loss chance. And when that happens, you lose all the tempers that you tried to use, and you lose the weapon as well. It's really not worth it, guys. So I recommend you only upgrade items when they're on 100%. So across to the research tab now. And as you can see, I'm researching 3 out of 3 items, and I can research 3 items at a time because I have got the passives, what I explained to you earlier, guys. So as you can see, it's the same again, the apparel and the weapon. And then to research, there are 9 traits per item, guys, and you have to individually research each trait per item. so it will take a little bit of time. So as you can see, I'm researching the sword here, and it's going to take 10 days, 18 hours and 32 minutes to research that, because I am indeed researching the 7th trait. Now once I get up to the 9th trait, it is going to take literally 20 days plus to research. Now you can research these in any order you want. Like I tend to try to start with training and sharpened on the weapons, and divines on the armors, because they're the things you're going to need the most, and also training for when you're leveling your character up, guys. It's really handy. Nirnhoned, I wouldn't worry too much about it now. It does cost quite a bit of money to buy, and if you wanted to buy these outright, then that's your choice and get them researched. But personally, I don't bother with them too much. I never use Nirnhoned anyway. So I'm just going to go across to a different station now and show you quickly the researching. So I'm going to go ahead and research the jack, and as you can see, I have only got one trait researched in this tree at the minute. So say I want to research it in, say I want to research it in impenetrable. I'll select this, and as you can see, it will take 8 hours and 6 minutes to research that trait. Now it's only taking this long because I have only got one trait researched in this tree at the minute, and the more you do get researched, the time will increase, guys. So I really recommend you start researching the minute you create this crafting character. So that's it, guys. This is everything you need to know about crafting on blacksmithing, clothing and woodworking. As you can see, they all are laid out the exact same. All the skills are the exact same. They're just named a little bit different. So everything I taught you on the blacksmithing station today, you can use on the clothing station and the woodworking station, guys. And that is it. That is everything you need to know. So if you like this video, guys, feel free to hit that like button. It really does help me out a lot. Any questions, leave me a comment down below or hit me up on any of the social media, guys. I'll be happy to answer any questions. And if you want to know any add-ons you could be using to make this a lot easier, then please leave me a comment down below, guys, and I'll be sure to link you to my best add-ons for crafting. So hit the subscribe button as well, guys. Like I said, this is the first episode of a 4-part series, and I've got loads of content on the channel, guys, that you can go check out. It's all about Elder Scrolls Online. It's all about how to do things and where to get things, so you might find something useful in there, guys. So once again, this is Hinchy Gaming out, and thank you for watching.